guys, Marco here, welcome back to another guitar lesson. It's good to see you again, guys. It's been a while, busy time of the year. Now today we're going to take a look at this lovely classical piece. Of course guys, practicing a classical piece on the acoustic guitar with the fingerpicking technique is probably one of the best ways to improve your fingerpicking technique. Now there are a few things that I want to tell you before we get started. Number one, make sure that you have fun practicing and playing this exercise. It's a little bit more challenging, so you really have to love it. It's going to take a little bit of time to get the things, but if you love the process, you will get there. Thing number two, you don't want to play the exercise at the same speed I was playing at the beginning of the video. I mean, you can if you want, but don't worry about speed. Speed is not important. It's more about practicing the exercise so that you can finally just get away from all these chords and things that you've been playing for a long time and finally practice something different. Thing number three, this classical piece is from an Italian composer called Matteo Carcassi. If you want to check it out, I'm gonna leave all the info down below. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Now, it's kind of a challenging thing to put everything together in one go, so I decided to break it down into different sections. Let's start with the chords. Now, step number one, guys, before we put everything together, let's just break things down step by step. So let's just start with the chords. We are in the key of A minor, and we're gonna start with 4 chords. The cool thing, we only need 2 strings. How beautiful, right? We have the A minor chord played with A and A, the A minor over C, so we play the note C and A, the F major, so we're gonna play the note F on the D string and the note A on the G string, and back to the A minor chord. Such a beautiful chord progression, right? A minor, A over C, F major, back to the A minor chord. Now, I want you to focus on the left hand, guys. Make sure that you try to play the same chords with the same left hand fingering. I know that it's kind of awkward to play like this with the pinky on the F, but it makes sense, all right? It's a classical piece, so we're gonna train our fingers to play things differently. Now the next few chords, D minor, and we're gonna play the note D, A, and F. Then back to the A minor over C. We're playing 3 strings now, the note C, the note A on the fret 2, and the note E, the E string open. Just plug the strings simultaneously. Then E7 over B. Beautiful sounding chord. We have the note B on fret 2, the G sharp on fret 1, and the D on the fret number 3. And then the last chord, the A minor chord, which we're gonna play just with the A, and C. Now, if you think about it, we literally played just 2 measures, but we already have so many chords. First step, guys, just practice the chords slowly, okay? Now we have a lovely chromatic phrase on the D string, so it's kind of simple in a way. We have the D string open and the G string fret number 2, and also the B string open. Now the cool thing is that the melody is going to be played on the D string. So we have the D string open, then the fret number 1, then the fret number 2, and the fret number 3. And then we move on to the last section. We are playing the A minor chord twice. We are playing the note E on the fret number 2, A on the fret number 2, and C on the fret number 1. It's just 3 strings. Then we're going to change the bass note and play the low E string, the G and the B string. Beautiful, right? Then the E sus4, get rid of the index finger and just play the D, the G, and the B string, which is now open. And then the E major, which is played with the E, G sharp on the fret number 1, and E. And we finish with the A minor chord. Now guys, I know that it's a lot to take in, and so that's the reason why we are taking it step by step, and we start with the chords only. Now you want to make sure that you know these chords pretty well, so I'm just going to play the example with the chords only, which is how you are supposed to practice and play the chords. Let me play it for you. One of the things that I love about these classical composers, guys, is that they make the guitar sound different. It's like if you play a chord progression such as this one, I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but when a classical composer approaches these chords, it creates this lovely and beautiful movement between the notes that is so unique and inspiring. Now it's time to finally add the fingerpicking pattern, guys, and trust me, it's going to change a lot. We're not going to use just one fingerpicking pattern. Each section is going to have a different right hand approach. Now section number 1, we're going to play it like this. Of course, guys, the thumb is going to play the bass note of the chord, so we're gonna pluck the A string, and then we're gonna play the top note of the chord, which is played on the G string, 3 times. The fingerpicking pattern is this one: middle, index, middle. So I have 4 notes: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, each position is going to be played just 1 time. So we have the A minor chord, A minor over C, F major, A minor again. Now this is a great finger picking pattern, guys, yeah? Now for the next section, we're going to change things around and we're going to play the chords like this. So a completely different finger picking pattern. You want to put down the chord, and then you're going to play with the thumb, with the index, and with the ring, and back with the index. So we're always going to have the index on the G string and the ring on the E string. Still 4 notes: 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the second chord, the A minor over C, we play the chord 5, the string 5, 3, 1, and 3. For the E7 over B, we're going to change set of strings. The finger picking pattern is the same. We have the thumb, the index on the G string, middle on the B string, and index again. And back to the A minor, we're playing the A string, the G string, B string, and G string again. That's a lovely, lovely section. Now we're going to have the chromatic phrase, which is going to have the same finger picking pattern. That shouldn't really be that challenging. We have the thumb on the D string, the index on the G, and the middle on the B string. And we have thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index. Now the next section is going to be played like this. So we have the A minor chord. We're going to pluck the D string, G, B, and the G string again. Then the bass on the lowest string, and then G, B, and G again. Such a nice chord. Same thing for the E sus4. And we're going to change the finger picking pattern with the E major. So we're going to play the low E string, the G string, and the E string with the ring finger, and back to the G string. So we have And then we're going to start again with the same chord progression. So up to this point, the piece is basically the same, but then we're going to change a few things and we're going to play it like this. So we have the same chromatic phrase on the D string, and then the D sharp on the fret number 1. And then we're gonna go from this position to the A minor chord. So we go from this shape to this shape, and we play the D string, G, B, and G string. And then straight to the E major chord, which we're gonna play like this. The low E string, the G string, the B string, and the E string. So it's thumb, index, middle, and ring. So slowly. A minor, E major. And we finish with this lovely phrase. So I'm going to arpeggiate the A minor chord with the A, G, B, and E string, thumb, index, middle, and ring. And then I have the phrase on the fret number 1, the E string, the note F, then E, the D sharp on the fret number 4, E string open, and the A on the fret number 5. Of course, guys, with the finger picking pattern, we are able to add so much more rhythm to the chords. It's a little bit more challenging, but it's a great exercise, and I want you to think about this classical piece just as an exercise. Don't worry about speed, don't worry about dynamics, you can get there later on, but for now, just focus on the technique, fingers movement, and how you approach these chords. Now I'm gonna leave you to practice this lovely piece. Take it step by step, guys, and I'll see you next time.